Time for Media Watch now, and James Creedon is with us in the studio. Good
Hi,
to
Laura.
see you, James. All right, we're going to start in the UK, and wow, I don't know how to describe this one, but a bit of a cheeky attempt, you might say, by the Conservative Party press office. They opened a Twitter account, but they didn't say that it was the Conservative Party. They said it was actually a fact-checking account, and they were checking facts, or they were checking statements made by Jeremy Corbyn, the opposition leader, in last night's television debate.
It's blatantly misleading in the way it's marketed and presented. You can see it here, Fact Check UK from...
In tiny letters, CCHQ.
Yeah, you know, if you get out your magnifying glass or zoom very carefully, you might
with
realise
a big
this.
tick, just in case you were doubting the authenticity of it.
And do you know who wasn't happy about this?
Anyone?
No one was happy about it. But the London Evening Standard, they're talking here about how they have a fact-checking page, and they say that this. It was sort of a social media, it was faking a social media version of the Evening Standard's daily Fact Watch column.
And the Evening Standard is, of course, edited by a former Conservative Chancellor, George Osborne.
I see. Well, you know, you would think that they would have avoided such a pitfall, but certainly not. Now, they go on to say in this, in another blow, the Electoral Commission responded to the growing row by reminding all parties that voters are entitled to transparency and integrity from campaigners in the lead up to an election. So the Electoral Commission wasn't happy. Clearly, the Labour Party wasn't happy. The public wasn't happy. The press wasn't happy. Nobody was happy. This was Twitter. They weren't happy. They weren't happy either. And they said any further attempts, this was an official statement, to mislead people by editing verified profile information in a manner seen during the UK election debate will result in decisive corrective action. Imagine how embarrassing it would be if Twitter suspended the press office account.
Oh, that would be awkward in the presidential campaign. And are you going to tell us what Dominic Raab said? Because he was wheeled out to defend it, wasn't he?
Well, there's an expletive there. That is the tech editor of The Guardian. He said it's effing unacceptable, and it's Russian level of disinformation. That's maybe a slight exaggeration, but you know, clearly people weren't happy about it. Dominic Raab said no one gives a toss, which is, I think, just about sayable, maybe?
No.
Okay.
But anyway.
No one cares. Sorry. No one.
Apologies.
Right. But it was expletives all over.
But yes,
the top.
I mean, he is a Conservative minister, and he's saying it on TV. That is what he said. Nobody cares about social media.
Exactly. Now,
which would appear to be slightly out of touch.
A little bit. And people do care about...
Oh, they care a great deal, I think.
They care about propaganda and misleading information and obfuscation. People do care about it. Maybe he doesn't. In any case, this is a parody Boris Johnson account. Now, to sort of hammer the point home, they have changed their information and photo to CC, and they say, we apologise for any misleading calls caused by the changes to our account last night. It was an honest attempt to mislead people into believing our lies and propaganda. And they go on to say, in the interest of clarification, the profile pic and the name are temporarily changed for the purposes of this tweet.
All right.
Ha ha.
Okay, well, talking about botched explanations or attempted explanations, let's talk about Prince Andrew.
Yes,
the
very UK-centred this evening.
Second son, yes. Now, he is stepping back from official duties, not down, which is strange.
That's right. Well,
but he's stepping back
Yeah.
with the Queen's permission over the whole Jeffrey Epstein affair.
That's right. For the foreseeable future, it's kind of maybe being misinterpreted there by the Daily Mail. But I mean, really, he was left with little choice because it was just day after day after day, more and more sort of digging into what he said and disproving elements of what he'd said. And then today, for example, in the Daily Mail, there was also
I mean, there's a new story on this
about,
every single day. If he was hoping that interview would kind of take the oxygen out of the story, it has done the complete opposite, hasn't it?
Totally. And even the photos here, you know, he looked like a kind of an animal, kind of a rabbit caught in the headlights. So he did, I think, the only thing he could do. And anyway, I mean, even that hasn't... I mean, just to remind what people were saying about the interview last weekend, I expected a train wreck. This was the editor of Royal Central. That was a plane crash into an oil tanker causing a tsunami, triggering a nuclear explosion, level bad. And some thought that was an understatement. So I think he was left with little choice, really. It was just terribly misjudged.
I didn't go well. All right, let's go to South Dakota in the United States. And a campaign to tackle crystal meth use has got people chuckling. Why?
Well, whether or not they intended to frame the language in this way is unclear. Meth, we're on it. Now, this was the state of South Dakota launching a campaign to say, we're onto the problem.
We're on it, as in we've taken it.
That,
oh dear, is that their actual campaign?
That's their campaign. Right? So $500,000
to
come up with that. And this guy doesn't look like he'd be taking hard drugs, really, does he?
He looks like the Marlboro Man, though, to be fair.
He does a bit. So
and these three sporty fellows, they're
They're
supposedly on
unlikely
it
to
as
be
well.
taking it as well. So look, it produced a lot of chuckling, and it even produced a T-shirt. Meth were on it, people kind of selling that, and I think that's ironic, right? And then a whole load of other possible sort of slogans: bath salts, MDMA, we feel you; cocaine, we knows what's up. And so a lot of people chuckling about it. But here's the thing: the governor, Kristi Noem, said,
Yes, it is a very serious problem.
now that we've got your attention, she says, meth is a serious problem in South Dakota. So you could ask the question whether or not they intended to get a degree of buzz.
And then he ends by saying, get on it and get it out.
And get it out. Sort the problem out, I suppose. And at least it's put the attention on
I see.
a serious problem and people are talking about it.
Got our attention. All right, James, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much indeed. James
Thanks,
Creedon
Laura.
there with Media Watch. Now